the Marina Mabrey trade was always so strange to me. You know, first of all, from a basketball standpoint, because the Chicago Sky had two players who could create or get their own shot. One being Mabrey, who they traded obviously to the Sun. The other being Kennedy Carter, who's not exactly reliable, which was proven by the flagrant foul that Carter committed on Mabrey in the game last night. Look at this right here. Carter with a pretty significant swipe across Mabrey there. Now, she could have been going for the basketball. It's borderline, I think, but it's certainly a hard foul. And when you consider the fact that it was Mabrey involved, it's curious. And when you consider the fact that it was Kennedy Carter involved with her history, it's just another example of the fact that, you know, if you're counting on her, that can be a tenuous position, as good as she is. And I love watching Kennedy Carter play basketball, but it was Carter and Mabrey who could score and create for the Sky because, you know, like that's not Angel Reese's game. I'm not going to go into missing layups and all that. Like Angel had a ton of rebounds and she does a lot of things on the court, but scoring on her own is not exactly her bag or forte. Camila Cardoso can maybe do that, but you still have to feed her. On the perimeter, not so much. They've got nothing on the Sky, and that's why they're starting to free fall right now. And I know that Mabrey requested the trade. I get that. But that's also curious, right? Like, why did Mabrey request the trade? And there was a bunch of stuff that happened, you know, in the lead up to this game and after. This was the awkward interaction, if you will. You can see Mabrey standing over by the chairs, almost facing away from everybody as if she's trying to be like, you know, I'm doing something, so don't come over here. But I don't know what the rest of this looked like. So this is just a cherry pick scene, of course, but there was no interaction between her and any of her former really players as they're all heading onto the court and she was already there. And then after the game, she was asked about the foul that Kennedy Carter committed against her. And this is what Marina had to say about that when the topic was brought up.
I mean, there's levels to this shit, so I'm not gonna fight with that.
Eat it.
Keep a straight face.
I'm sorry.
I mean, there's a giggle shared there between her and Thomas. I, you know, it's hard for me to say for sure what happened there, but clearly there was some tension, right? Like I don't like to speculate too much, but given the interaction and everything, it seems like there was some tension. And then, you know, there's the franchise issues with the Sky because Angel Reese had, sort of lightheartedly reached out to Gabby Williams about joining the team. And Gabby said, or we could play together for a different organization. And of course, Gabby was once a member of the Chicago Sky. So from a franchise standpoint, that's slightly concerning. From a personnel standpoint, given the makeup of their roster right now, I think it's concerning. You know, they're still built around rookies, so I wouldn't, as Sky is falling in the thumbnail, I wouldn't go as far as panic per se. But I think the Sky's hold on a playoff spot is certainly precarious, and there are some concerning signs considering how odd that trade was.